Good morning. Good morning. Yes. So I'm back with another good one. I'm back with another good one. Right. This one is going to be really really good for you and I. We're going to be talking about there will become a time when darkness will fall upon this existence, upon this earth, upon us as a civilization, or just us as human beings. Darkness will fall upon us, where there's no physical light or nothing will be able to illuminate your spot. There will be no illumination, but spirituality will be the beacon of light, which will guide you through the darkness. And what I'm talking about, this is literally. You see, some of the signs already happen in our life on a daily basis, where we become in a state of darkness, in confusion, where we cannot understand. Now, if you have been in this state, right, get in my comments if you have been in this state, right? And a lot of people don't talk about this state. It's going to become a state where there is going to be extreme darkness, and nothing or nobody will be able to help you but spirituality, right? And we're going to talk about what is the illuminations that the Almighty is talking about. He's talking about some faces are going to become white, some faces are going to become dark, and this is only a metaphor, right? And this is spiritual. He's not talking about physical skin. He's not talking about physical tin. He's talking about the illumination of light. It's going to be a different light. And it's going to be spirituality. It's going to be those that worship him, right? The oneness that look upon him. Even though they cannot see him, they believe him and know that he exists. This is an actually true fact. There's going to become a time where there's going to be darkness, darkness, darkness. And I'm going to give you some of my personal experience of being in the darkness, right? Physically, mentally, spiritually. And I want to drop some jewels upon you that you may need, right? First and foremost, we have darkness upon our life. We know that. We know that we have darkness upon our life, right? And this darkness can blind us physically, mentally, spiritually, right? It can get you off the path of knowing who you are, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, right? This is why it's saying to be born. To be born is to be in enlightenment with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and culture, and understanding that you have to do what? To destroy and to build your foundation. Your foundation may be shaky. Your square may be shaky. Your circle may be shaky. And in order to do these certain things, you have to do what? You have to basically uplift your life. And by uplifting your life, it's about accepting the supreme being, dealing with supreme mathematics. Because once you break down the mathematics, it always end up one. It always go back to one. Always go back to one. And then, other than that is unknown. It's unknown. And this is what everybody basically wants to know, the unknown. And I know and understand that, yes. To knowing the unknown, to knowing some of the unknown, right? First and foremost, you must deal with your physical self and yourself of not being in existence. That is unknown. Where you was before you was put into this physical existence. This is some of the unknown, the ghaib. Do you believe that in one state that you wasn't known, that you was not known, right? That you was not known. And if you believe that, all praise is due to what? The supreme being. This is an actually true fact, brothers and sisters, kings and queens. So we're talking about there's going to come a time where the universe and everything going to become dark. There's no going to be no physical light upon the earth and upon its existence, but the light of what? Of the supreme being, the creator and everything in existence, the Alpha Omega. He will be the only light that will be in existence. Yes. Yes. But this light that I'm talking about, it's a process of your face are becoming illuminated. Right? So we're going to get into this because this is a process of breaking down certain things and preparing ourselves for this light. How can we get this light? How can we illuminate our mind, body, and soul? How can we illuminate our physical face? How can we illuminate it? And I think at this time, your face is going to become white. It's going to become illuminated with spirituality. It's going to take on another form. Your face is going to take on another form. It's going to become the flashlight in the darkness. In the darkness. See, this content in this video is dope. It hits different. It hits different. I hope it hits you different because it's hitting me different. I'm only the interpreter. I'm only the interpreter. I am inspired by the Alpha Omega, the creator and everything existing, and also to do what? And to confirm my inspiration and me interpreting whatever he has for me is scriptures. It's scriptures to back up on what I'm saying. You understand what I'm saying? Now, some of these things I did not read in the Quran. I did not read in scriptures. This is inspiration. This is why I know that this task is for me and for me alone. You know? So this is why I'm here to share my task with you and my path with you to unravel a little secrets and a little things that's happening upon our life. Yes. Yes. So we all know when you're using drugs and when you're doing these things, you are putting yourself in a state of darkness. You are putting your mind in a state of darkness because once your mind enter a state of darkness, you know not who you be and you know not where you are at. This is an actually true fact. And you don't know who you are because you are clouding your judgment and your mind and everything with drugs and alcohol and everything. And that's one state of darkness. That's a major state of darkness that this world is using upon all of us as human beings, right? This entity is using it, getting other people to do the dirty work and then clouding the judgment, right, of darkness upon certain civilizations. This is an actual true fact. This is true. So I need for us to understand this. And we're going to talk about scriptures, right? But I have to break it down to a different terminology. Darkness. Nobody likes darkness. If you turn all the lights out in your house, you're going to be bumping into stuff. There are going to be things there that you don't know that don't exist in your realm, but do exist in their realm, and they coexist with you. Yes. The Creator is warning us about this day, about this time that's going to come to pass, where we're going to need help, where everything is going to be ceased. And the only thing that's not going to be ceased is spirituality. We're going to need that enlightenment of Him. This is an actual true fact. Right. So we're going to get in chapter 3, verse 10, right? 6107. We're going to get into this. And I'm going to read it in Arabic. Now, I want you to know and understand that he's not talking about skin. He's not talking about skin. Because in every civilization, you have bad apples. You have people that is rejecting the truth and rejecting knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and ejecting, right? Rejecting the life that they need to place themselves upon them and their family. They rejecting it. They rejecting it. So while they rejecting it, they soul and everything about them is becoming dark and dark and dark. And this is what the Creator is talking about. He's not talking about skin. He's not talking about skin. I already broke down what our skin is about. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. He says, Yauma. See, Yauma in Arabic is day. Yauma is day. Yauma is day. And what day that he's talking about? Is he's talking about our days or he's talking about his days? These are the questions I propose to all of my followers and my subscribers and to my fans and my viewers. What day is he talking about? On the day, there's going to be a specific day, a specific time, a specific motion and movement here that he's talking about. He says, Yauma, Tab, Yad, Yadu, Wu, Ju, Hu, Wa, Tas, Wa, Du, Wu, Juhu, Fa'amma, Ladi, Nas, Wadat, Wu, Ju, Hu, Mu, An, Kafa. He says Kafa. Right? Kafa. Kafa means those who reject. They reject. See how this said? They reject. It's going to come a day. They reject. Right? Tu. Bada means worship, right? Matikum Fatu Ku Adaba Bima Ku Mu Tak Fu Ru. On the day when some faces would be lit up with white and some faces will be in the gloom of black. To those whose faces will be black, will be said, did ye reject faith? After accepting it, taste ye then the penalty for rejecting faith. That's to those that reject faith after saying, testifying that there's no Lord or creator to be worshipped but one, but then they turn back on their heels. They don't practice. They stop practicing. They stop practicing the truth. Or they never did practice the truth. They just let their testimony and everything else be a passage for them. Who knows, right? So he said, right, and this is commentary, the face expression is not about skin. It's not about skin, okay? Express our personality, our utmost being. White is the color of light. To become white is to be illuminated with light, which stands for the rays of the glorious light of the Alpha Omega, the creator and everything existing. Yes. He's not talking about skin. He's talking about a different light where all of us are going to transform into something else. We're not going to be in this state that you may see that we are in this state. It's going to be a different state. It's going to be a different state. A different state. And I need for you to understand that. And this is serious. Right? And this glorious light comes from him. After worshiping him, believing in him, standing on business, standing on loyalty, standing on respect, towards him, on this day, transformation is going to happen. You're not going to be in this state that we are seeing us in. We're going to be in a whole nother state. We're going to be in a state of illumination, meaning illumination of light upon him, or we're going to be in a state of darkness, gloomy, shadowy. You understand? So this is why I always tell your guys to watch where you are going. Watch the shadows, because this entity use the shadows because it's dark to dwell in. That's an actually true fact. These are the signs of the heavens and the earth. The standard of decision in our question is the justice for the Alpha Omega. This is what this stands for. This is what this stands for. Right? This is what this stands for. Brothers and sisters, kings and queens, ladies and gentlemen. It's serious here. This is serious work. Serious work. Thank you, brother. Thank you, sister. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How your brothers and sisters are doing. We with you. Thank you so much. You are with me with a warm heart. The same thing. I feel the same thing. And I appreciate it. Yes. Yes. Let's finish reading this. Right? Then he said, wa amma ladina ta wujuhu hum fafi Rahman Talahi who fiha khayli dun. He said, but those whose face will be lit with white, they will be in the light of the supreme being, mercy, therein to dwell forever. Do you see that? He's not talking about skin. Right there, he's telling you, to those whose faces will be lit with white. That's future. He's not talking about this present. He's not talking about skin. He's talking about an unimaginable light that I haven't seen, you haven't seen. We are going to be placed in a different form. It's going to be transformation here that he's talking about. And then he says, Tika an yatulahi not luha alayka bil haq. Bil haq. Haq means truth. Haq means truth. It means truth. Right? Wama lahu yuridu tu man li alamin, right? He said, these are the signs of the supreme being, the Alpha Omega, the creator and everything in existence. We rehearse to them, to thee in truth, haq. And the Almighty means no injustice to any of his creation. He is talking about us. He's talking about those that practice free will that he blessed upon. He's talking about that. And he's talking about all of his creation, because some of his creation have free will, have a soul and spirit, and some just have a soul but no spirit, but they have free will to do. The animals, they have a soul but no spirit. They don't have free will, right? All of everything in existence, right, doesn't have free will. Don't have free will. Everything have a soul, but everything don't have a spirit. We are the only creation in existence that have a piece of his existence, a piece of no beginning and no end, and breathed in mankind a piece of him and duplicated himself and created mankind. This is the actually true knowledge which we preach and which we stand on and worship in the Alpha Omega, the creator and everything in existence. Brother said we as Muslims also need to be more active, convert or pay. That's right. It's an actually true fact. But there's stages on where we need to go. This is why he's giving you what's going to happen in the future. We get glimpses of our faces, of our nature, and our physical self changing from out of darkness into light. When you are recognized that the Alpha Omega, the creator and everything in existence, the supreme being exists. This is an actually true fact. Yes. Yes. This is true. This is true. Right? So he's not talking about skin. He's talking about a different formation of human beings believing and disbelieving. Believing and disbelieving. This is what he's talking about. And worshiping him and what? And robbing with spirituality. Right? That is going to be your life in this day that he's talking about. He says, Yalma, on the day when certain faces will be lit up. When certain faces will be lit up with what? What the day that he's talking, there's going to be a day. Every day there's a day. There's a day to do what? To contribute to lighten our face up, meaning physically in this world, right? So that you can do what? So that you can put aside what's going to come to pass in the spiritual realm and the afterlife. That's actual true fact. On the day, he's talking about his day, which is appointed to mankind. There's going to be a day when faces will be lit up with white and some will be gloomy as dark, meaning that it's not the skin, meaning that if you wasn't worshiping him, you wasn't vibing with him, you wasn't having motion with him, you wasn't doing what he told you to do, you're not going to have that tool when all of the lights is going to be put out. You're not going to have that tool. You're not going to have that flashlight. And the flashlight that he's talking about is going to be a transformation of light upon light. It's going to be light upon light. And this gloom upon gloom is going to be there. We're not talking about black and white people. We're going to, in this state, we're going to be in a different state. In a different state where that our face and our body is going to be illuminated. And this can be anybody, white, black, Spanish, anybody. This is what he's talking about right here. So get down with the state and vibe and have motion with the day that all faces will be lit up with illumination. Start practicing it now. And how you practice it is you come on this side of spirituality where there's no back door. Over there is back door. He's lying to you. This is actually true fact, brother. So this is part one of there is going to be a day and going to become a day when all lights was going to be dark. There's going to be no dark, no motion and movement. And if you don't have spirituality, which is going to be your flashlight in that state, you are going to be lost forever. That's right. Peace, y'all. Peace, peace, peace.